Welcome to ElderFit TV. My name's Tom and today we're going to do a workout routine focusing on strength, balance, mobility, flexibility and your fitness, and you're going to love it. We're doing something slightly different today. We filmed one of our classes with our clients in and we want you to follow along at home with it. If you do have an exercise band, it will be useful to use it for this video. If you don't, when you're doing the exercises, you can do the movements without the resistance bands. Now, if there are any exercises that you find difficult or you get out of breath, you can just pause it and move on to the next exercise. The class is being led by Talik. I'm also there assisting with him. So let's get to it.
First thing we're going to do, this is week 2. So it's going to be just slightly progressed. It's not going to be too much different from last week. And we'll try and get through it so we actually finish on time this week. Okay? So what we're going to do is just sit up tall. So you don't want to be lying, you don't want to be on the back of your chair. So just come slightly forward. If you need to hip walk forward slightly, you can as well. You want your feet flat on the floor and just in an upright position. I say don't overly force it. Just a nice natural upright position. I'm just going to do a couple breaths here. Okay, and in a second, what we're going to do is we're going to stand up. We're going to make our way to the back of our chair. So I'll demonstrate first, like I did last week. You hip walk forwards. Once you get to the last third of your chair, you're going to tilt forwards, push through your heels, take a few steps on the spot, and then slowly go to the back of your chair. Okay, feet just about hip width apart, nice and easy. That's it. So we're just going to go into a small march to start with, just a little march, just to get you moving a little bit. Just going to get that heart rate up, get you breathing. That's it, nothing too strenuous. Just a few more seconds. And bring it to a stop. Okay, so a little bit of mobility now. We're going to start with our shoulders. So shoulders up and down. So up to the ears, back down. Good. We're just going to do a few of these. That's it. Only up as high as you feel comfortable. Good. Okay, now we're going to increase the range of motion. So we're going to go up, back, and down. So it's a bigger range of motion now. Up, back, down. Good. So we're not going to do too many of these, just a few more. So don't forget to breathe. Good. Okay, hands down by your sides. We're going to do some side bends now. So we're going to go down side to side, alternating. So trying not to lean forwards. So you want to stay upright, and it's just a tilt. Side, back up, other side, back up. And a couple more on each side. And back up. Okay, we're going to do some rotations now. So hands in front, and we're going to turn side to side. So keep alternating, nice controlled turning both ways. So we're just mobilizing the spine. Good. One more each side. Good. Okay, next one, we're going to bring our hands to our hips and we're going to do circles. We're going to go round in a circle. Keep going in the same direction. So it's up to you how big you do the circle.
Olympic
Okay, and change direction. That's it. You might find it easier going one way than the other way. That's normal. Okay, bring it to a stop. That's the hips warmed up a little bit now. We're going to warm up the ankles next. So you can use a chair for support if you want. Okay, we're going to touch the floor with our toes and then our heel. So heel and toe. So we're getting that ankle moving. So a little bit of ankle mobility. And the other leg now, same thing with the other leg. Heel and toe. And bring it to a stop. Okay. So we're going to go back into a march now, but this time we're going to do a march a little bit bigger. Okay. So if you're comfortable marching with no hands, you can march with no hands. If you find this hard to balance, then you can use one hand or you can use two hands on the chair. You pick the option which is best for you. That's it. If you're marching with no hands on the chair, you want your arms moving as well. It's like we're training the army. Okay, if you can, go a little bit bigger again. Don't worry if you can't. You just go to your level. And bring it to a stop. There we go. You'll feel yourself breathing a little bit heavier now. Yeah, you've got the blood circulating around our body. We're going to go in to do some lunges next. So I'll demonstrate first, so just stay behind your chairs. I'm going to demonstrate on one side. So I'm on the right-hand side. When you do it, you're going to be going to the left-hand side of your chairs. Okay? And you're going to step with your left foot, but I'm just going to demonstrate my right foot, just so I'm mirroring you. Okay? You step forwards, you bend both knees, and then you step back up. Okay? So you're only doing it quite small, okay? You don't want to be going all the way down. You don't want your knee to touch the floor, obviously. But as the weeks go on, we're just going to try and gradually get lower and lower, okay? So you go as low as you feel comfortable, okay? So everyone to the left of their chairs. Good. Okay, so with your left foot, you step in. And remember, you step in with each one. So you step forwards, bend, step in. And then we keep repeating, okay? We're going to do 8 on each side, okay? So on your left side now, ready? Let's go. That's it, just 8 times. It's no rush, take your time. That's it, that back heel needs to come off the floor slightly. Good. Count in your head. Once you've done your 8, we're just going to stand back behind our chairs. And then we're all going to go over to the other side together. Oh, you made me lose count now. So once you've done your 8, behind your chair. There we go. And then to the other side. So on your right side of your chair. Okay, step forwards, bend, back up. 8 times. So you've got a chair there for support. And once you've done your 8, we're going to go back behind our chair. I'm pretty sure this is 8. Good. Okay, so that's the lunge. Okay, we'll be doing a lunge every single week. Okay, remember, we're going to be standing up for quite a bit of time. So if you need to sit down at any point, just sit down and then join back in when you're ready to. Okay, we can always give you alternatives in your chair as well. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do are toe taps to the sides. Okay, so you want to keep that gap between your feet. So feet about hip width apart. You're going to tap one side with your foot, come back, and then the other side. So we keep alternating side to side. That's it. That's it. You don't have to plant your foot all the way down. We're just tapping the foot to the side. Good. This is warming up the outsides of our hips now, a little bit of the insides as well. So a little bit of sideways moving. Ready for the next one. And feet back in. Good. Okay, side steps now. Okay, so with a side step, so if we go in, I'll show you go in this direction first. Side step, your feet are hip width apart. Okay, the way you're going to go, so I'm going to my left, so my left foot's going to move first, obviously. So you can see my stance is a bit wider, and then my right foot comes in to hip width apart. Okay, so it doesn't come all the way in. You're going to make sure you keep that little bit of a gap. Okay, so step, and then the other one comes back into hip width apart. We're only going to do one step to start with anyway. So starting behind your chairs, we're going to do one step this way, and then when I say back, we're going to go back to our chair. Okay, we all ready? Let's go. One step. That's it. Feet back to hip width apart. Good. Okay, and back to your chair. And another step. Bring that leg. That's it. And then back. Good. A couple more of these. Okay, step. And back. And step. Keep that gap between your feet. And back. There we go. Okay, now we're going to take 2 steps. Okay, we're going to take 2 steps this way. There should be enough space there. Okay, ready? 2 steps. Let's go. And back. And again. And back. And again. And back. Okay, now we're going to take as many steps as it takes to get to the next chair to your right. Okay, it's the next chair this way. So it might take 3 steps, might take 4 steps. Everyone got different length legs. So it doesn't matter how many steps it takes. Okay, we all ready? 1 chair, let's go. 1 chair. So make sure you're keeping that gap between the feet. And then back to your chair. Good. Okay, and again, 1 chair. And back to your chair. Okay, 1 more time, 1 chair. Let's go. Obviously, my gap's a little bit bigger. Okay, back to your chair. Good. Okay, so that's moving sideways, challenging balance a little bit, but we're working the muscles in the hips. Okay, that's the main thing, getting them muscles working in the hips there. Okay, so we've done pretty much all the warm-up kind of stuff. So now it's into the nitty-gritty. Okay, some exercises. We're going to start off nice and easy with calf raises. Okay, so you're going to push through your big toe and second toe. Make sure you keep that gap between your feet. Push up, heels come off the floor, and then back down, nice and controlled. Okay, up and down. Take your time. So the chair's there for support if you want to use the chair. It's not cheating. Good. And relax. Okay, so that's 30 seconds of them ones. Now we're going to do the opposite. So instead of lifting your heels off the floor, you're lifting your toes from the floor. So your toes are coming up and back down. But try not to let your hips go backwards. Okay, let's go. Up and down. So you don't have to force them up, just as far as they go. Everyone's going to be slightly different. So this one, you should feel that pull in the front of your legs, in the shin area, just above the ankles. There's the last one, we were working behind the ankles in your calf. And relax. Good. Okay. The next exercise we're going to do, exercises are going to be walking exercises. Okay. The first one we're going to do, which we didn't do last week, is the figure of 8. Okay, so I will demonstrate. Let me put this chair a little bit closer to Tom's a sec. Okay, so we're going to go between the chairs, around the chair, back between, and then back around your chair. It sounds more complicated than it is. But you're doing an 8, okay? You're walking in a figure of 8. So what you need to do first is plan in your head your route, and then walk it, okay? And do not derail from the plan, okay? Do what's in the plan. You're going to go to the right-hand side, okay? So you'll be going through that gap there, around the end chair, come back around your chair and finish. So then you'll be going around her chair and so on. Okay, I'll demonstrate first. Okay, so you walk through, around, you come back around in between, and then you're going around your own chair. So you should finish at the back of your chair. Okay, this has never been completed 100% right the first time. So if you do, then fair play. Okay, we all ready? Okay, so to your right, let's go. Okay, so that was 70% right. There's a couple of people didn't do it completely right. Okay, we're only using 2 chairs, so the chair to your right and your own chair. So you 3 did it right, that was fine. Okay, a couple at the back here didn't do it quite right. Okay, so you need to come through the chair first and then around. Have you got enough space there? I can move this over slightly. That's it. That's it, back through and then to the back of your chair. So then you do the same with her chair. So you don't need to come all the way to that chair, just this one. Okay. So we're going to do it again. Ready? Let's go. That's it, this way. That's it, back through.
It's not bad, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that was the best second attempt we've had. It's not bad, it's not bad. Okay, it was only, obviously, sometimes you have to wait for a person if they're a bit quicker or if they've slowed down a little bit. So that's fine, it's fine to wait as long as you're doing the right route. It happens in a supermarket. If you're in a supermarket, sometimes you have to stop because there's people coming through with a push chair, or sometimes there's people waiting for you. But yeah, this is it. This is why we're just trying to slow down, plan what you're doing, and then do it. And then you're less likely to have accidents. Okay, it's the same outside. If you look at the roads and the trees and the pavements, they're not in a very good state. So if you plan the right way, then you're less likely to have an accident. So just bear that in mind. Okay, do you reckon we can do it the other way? So we're going to go to your left now. Yeah, so you're going to your left first. Okay, do you plan it in your head first? Okay, let's go. That's it.
That's your right. I love doing this one. I love doing this one. That's like Jim again.
Okay, we'll do this one more time. Okay, one more time. Okay, to your left. Let's go. That's it. In between, around, back in between, and then around your own chair.
We'll practice this more though.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do this more. Don't worry. It doesn't have to be 100% every time. Okay. It's more of a fun one than anything anyway. But yeah, it is just planning. Planning, doing. That's it. Don't derail. Right. So that's the first walking exercise. The other two walking exercises we're going to do today are walking on our toes and walking on our heels. Okay. So when you walk on your toes, it's the same as when we do the calf raise, but you're staying up. Okay. Don't think you have to stay up the whole way. So as you say, if Tom's walking on his toes, taking a few steps. If he needs to go down, and then he can walk the rest of the way, that's fine. We're only going from one chair to the other though today. As the weeks go on, we'll be doing multiple chairs. Okay, so we all ready? We're going to turn and face this direction. Okay, so first things first, on your toes, and then walk into the next chair. Remember, if you have to go down, just go down. That's it. Heels down before you turn. That's it. Turn, face your chair. And then turn and face that way. That's it. Okay, same again. Back to your chair. Okay. So everyone's walking fine on their toes. Looks fine. The only thing we're doing, which we shouldn't be doing, is what I'm seeing is people walking and then doing this on their toes. We don't want to be turning on our toes. You want to be walking on your toes, feet down, and then step to turn. Okay? Okay, we're going to turn and face that way again. Okay, on your toes, let's go. So once you get to that chair, remember, heels down, and then step to turn. Okay, and back facing the other way, back to your chair when you're ready. Good. Okay, we're going to do it one more time this way and then back to our chairs, okay? Ready? Toes, let's go. Heels down, then turn, and then turn face the other way. And same again on the way back to your chair. Good. Okay, we're going to do the heels now. So we're going to turn face that way again. So your toes are off the floor. The height of your toes is completely up to you. Okay, they might be just slightly off the floor. They might be a little bit higher. It's completely up to you. Okay, so when you're ready, toes up and walk to the next chair. That's it. Okay, turn face the other way and back to your chair now. Okay, back facing your chair. Okay, so when you do this, the quicker you go, the easier it is. Okay, But then you are obviously more likely to trip up or stumble a little bit. I doubt any of you will fall from doing that, but you might stumble a little bit. So if you slow it down a little bit, it makes you work that a little bit harder, but also you're in more control. Okay, we're going to do it one more time facing this way. Okay, and let's go. Nice and controlled. Set toes down and then turn. And then the other way. Ready? Let's go. Good. Good. I think next week we'll do the 2 chairs. Okay. Make it a little bit more challenging. That wasn't challenging really, was it? No. It's only 1 chair. But it is only the 2nd week. Okay. For the next exercise, what we're going to do is a little bit of balancing. Okay. We're going to balance on one leg. So, first of all, we need the chair for support. So hold on to the chair. You're going to bring 1 foot off the floor, keeping the standing leg slightly bent. Okay, you don't want to be all the way down there, but you don't want it to be completely locked out. Slightly bent, tummy turned on, and then if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, you can take 1 hand off, or you can use a couple of fingers. Or if you're comfortable balancing without holding on, then obviously you can just balance there, but only if you're comfortable doing it. And back down. Okay, so same on the other leg now. Remember, we're not completely equal, so it might be easier or it could be harder. Okay, when you're ready, choose your option. And back down. Okay, now I want you to just focus your vision on something. Doesn't matter what it is, but keep looking at the same thing whilst you're doing it. Okay, obviously don't look something up in the corner behind you. something in front of you. Okay, so same again. Chair first, foot off the floor, find that spot, keep looking at that spot, and then choose your option. Okay, and you should be a little bit more stable. And back down. Okay, same on the other leg now, okay? Same on the other leg. And back down. Okay, we're going to do what's it called? Heel to toe, the tandem stance. That's what it's called, tandem stance. Okay, I'm gonna just turn my chair the other way around, so it's like yours. So I'll demonstrate first if you just watch me. So I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna have the chair on my side, so my right hand's gonna be on the chair, my right foot's gonna be behind, my left foot is gonna be in front. Okay, I'm gonna hold this position, and I'm gonna use the chair as much as I need. So you can hold it completely, you can hold it a little bit, or you can completely let go. Okay, so when you're ready, turn and face that wall. Right foot behind, left foot in front. Okay, and stay there. So yeah. The other way.
Keep on with the chair.
The other right. So use the chair if you need to. Good. And turn and face the chair. And then turn and face the other way. Okay, so this time is the opposite. So your left foot is behind, your right foot is in front. Okay, we're just going to hold this position. Feet back to hip width apart. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to do some push-ups on the wall. Okay, so when you're ready, find yourself a space by a wall. You want your hands in line with your shoulders. You want to let yourself come towards the wall and then push yourself away. Okay, you're going to do 8 to 10 repetitions. Okay, in and out. The further your feet are away from the wall, the harder it is. Once you've done your 8 to 10 times, then have a seat. Don't rush it. Take your time, in and out. So 8 to 10 times, that's all. Okay. Yeah, well, sometimes some of them are easier, some of them are harder. It all depends. Depends on yourself. At different areas, you might be weaker than other areas, so like strengthening the muscles. Yeah. Right, okay, so band exercises now, resistance band exercises. Okay, so I think we went through most of them last week. Trying to think of ones we didn't do. I think we did all of them last week. So last week we did 6 repetitions on each one. This week we're going to do 8. Okay, so each exercise is going to be 8 times. Okay, so we're going to start off with the arm curl to start with. So we're holding the band like so. So the short part is on the outside, the long part is on the inside. You're going to lay it down in front, step on your band. If you can't get a firm step, you might need to come forwards in your chair. You want a nice firm step on the band. Okay, so before you start doing the exercise, to make it harder, if it's too easy, you just put your hands further down. Okay, so the further down your hand is to start with, the harder it's going to be. Okay, we're going to do 8 times on this side. So when you're ready, elbow tucked in, lift up and down. So elbow tucked in.
Bring your hand on the band a bit more, Jill. No, your hand. Bring your right hand down on the band a bit more so there's more resistance. There you go. That's the way. Keep your elbow tucked in a bit more as well. There you go. Slightly different to our bicep curl we do in the class.
Okay, once you've done your 8 on this side, we're going to swap sides. Okay, try not to wrap it around your hand. Okay, we just hold it like that. Okay, 8 on this side. Nice and controlled. Keep the elbow tucked in. That's it. All the way up, all the way down. Yeah. Obviously, for those who've been to classes before, they've probably done harder bands. Yeah. So you might need to go a little bit lower.
And we do it underneath the back of our legs sometimes, in both sides.
And once you've done 8 on that side, we're going to go back to the other side, but we're going to do the back of the arm instead of the front of the arm. So the biceps we worked then, the front of the arm. Now we're going to work the back of the arm. Okay, so holding the bands, different this time. This time you want the short part on the inside, the long part on the outside. Okay, then you lay it down the same way, you step on it the same way. But this time, we're going to bring your elbow back behind you, and then straighten the arm. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten. And again, if it's too easy, just go a little bit further down the band. 8 on this side, 8 on the other side. That's it. See my arm from there, straight. Straight back behind you. Better. 8 that side, 8 on the other side. Okay, short pat inside, long pat outside. That's it. You should feel it in the back of the arm. Only 8 times.
I'm just sneaking around. We've all got it, I think.
That's it. And once you've done your 8, you're going to pick the band back up again. Okay, so the next exercise, we're going to work the outer thighs. So with the band, you're going to put it around your legs. So you can wrap it over to under or under over. And you wrap it as tight as you feel comfortable. Okay, if you can't feel your legs, then you probably cut off the circulation. So maybe not so tight. Okay, once you get in this position, we're going to do 8 side steps. Okay, so you can do 8 on one side and then 8 on the other side, or you can do 16 in total, alternating. Okay, when you're ready, count it out in your head. So make sure your knee is moving as well as your foot. So once you've done your repetitions, you can pick your band back up again. Okay, all done with that one? Good. Okay, this time, hands facing upwards. Okay, so you want to hold it above the knees, so your arms are extended in front of you. You're going to pull the band apart. You're going to bring it into your belly button. Bring it out, and then hands back together to release the tension. Take as much time as you need between each one. We're doing it 8 times, okay? So you pull it apart, bring it in, bring it out, and back together. 8 times in total. The slower you do it, the harder it is as well. So we're working the upper back for this one. Don't forget to breathe. Okay, once you've done your 8, what we're going to do next is the leg press. So with the leg press, you're going to hook it underneath one of your feet. Okay, once you've got it hooked under, lift your foot off the floor. We're going to bring our hands into our sides. You're going to bring your knee in towards you, and then you're going to push it away. 8 times. Bring the knee in and push away. You only bring your knee in as high as you feel comfortable. That's it. Try not to let your foot come underneath you. So once you've done 8 on one side, you do the same on the other side. Okay, once you've done the 8 on that side, we're going to pick the band back up. Okay, and then the next exercise, we're going to put it around our backs. So around the back, under the arms.
I'm still aching from Monday.
We were quite hard on Monday, didn't we? Yeah.
I have to feel alright, I'm starting to pain up now, maybe it's pretty good. Started to play up after Monday.
Hard work.
Good.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Okay, so with this exercise now, there's the two options. The easy option is to push forwards and come back in. The hard option is to push forwards, cross the hands over twice, and then come back in. Okay, so you choose your option, and we're going to do it 8 times, remember. 8 times. Whichever option you choose. You can always start with one option and change to the other option. It's not a problem. So nice and controlled. So this one, we're working the back of the arms, the shoulders, and the chest. So we're working quite a few muscles in one. Okay, once you've done your 8, you're going to bring the band back around. Okay, that band doesn't look very healthy.
No stretch.
That's got my washing machine, isn't it?
I see, yeah. Well, we're gonna roll it up for the next one. I'm not sure you'll be able to do it there. You might have to use Tom's one. Okay, so when we roll it up, fold it first, fold it in half. You can fold it in half twice if you want to speed up the process. And then you're just gonna roll it, roll. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Mine definitely isn't. Should look something like that.
It was better than last week. You guys have come out with that.
Yeah, the first time you do it, it takes longer. But as the bands get thicker as well, it's a lot easier to roll.
Yeah.
So there's that as well. Okay, so that exercise for your fingers, rolling. Okay, this one's for your wrists. So you hold the bottom in one hand. Okay, so once you've got the bottom in one hand, you're going to bring your hand into your chest. Okay, and you can see the angle of my wrist. The more my fist is facing me, the more of a twist I'm going to be able to have. Okay, and we're going to hold the top. And then we're going to twist as we go out. So your wrists come towards each other, elbows come in towards each other, and then you come back in. So you twist as you go out, and come back in. Good. Good. Okay, we're going to do it with the other hand on the bottom now then. So, other hand on the bottom, again, into your chest. Other hand on top, twist as you go out, come back in. So yeah, we're working them wrists. So twist as you go out. So put your hands out in front, that's it. And relax. Okay. It is good. Plus we did the chest just now, so even holding it there, you're still working the muscles holding it. So yeah, they might be a little bit more tired. What we're going to do next, don't unravel it, keep it folded. Okay, because the next 2 exercises, we're going to do the ankles And then we're gonna do the inner thighs. So we need to keep it rolled for both exercises. Okay, so what we need to do is probably need to come forwards in your chair, unless you're really tall. Okay, so your feet are flat on the floor, nice and comfortable, and you're in upright position. You're gonna hold it between your knees. Start with your feet together. Okay, you want your feet to be, you wanna see just the end of your toes. Okay, there we go. We're gonna do the toe pad first. So what you're gonna do is point your toes out to the side, as far as you feel comfortable. So toes out to the sides, and then lift your toes off the floor. You come back down, and then bring your feet back together. Try not to drop it as well. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And again, toes apart, toes up. Back down, back together. Good. And again, toes apart, toes up, back down, together. Toes apart, toes up, back down, together. And again, toes apart, toes up, back down, and together. And again, toes apart, toes up, back down, and together. And again, toes apart, toes up, back down, and together. Okay, now we're going to do the heels. Okay, so it's the opposite now. Your heels come apart, your heels come up, and then back down, and then back together. That's it. So heels apart, heels up, back down, together. 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 Come on, do one more. Heels apart, heels up, back down, and together. So feet together. Okay, you might feel it work in the inner thighs already. Okay, but now we're going to do little movements. So your knees are going to be squeezing the band in and out. And you should feel it work in them inner thighs a little bit more. That's it. And relax. There we go. Okay, so we've finished with our bands now. All we have left to do is the cool down. So the cool down is just consisting of a little bit of marching and a few stretches. Okay, so we don't need our bands now. Okay, yeah, take your bands with you as well today. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to stand up like we did before. Forwards in your chair, stand up, step in on the spot, and then go to the back of our chair. Remember, we always do them steps on the spot when we get up, just to promote circulation, to steady yourself. Okay, back of our chair into a march now. Marching on the spot. That's it. A little bit bigger than that, a little bit bigger. That's it, we're not going to be doing it for long. And a bit smaller. Still marching. And just pumping them feet, heels off the floor a little bit. That's it. And slowly bring it to a stop. There we go. Okay, just a few stretches now to finish. The first stretch we're going to do is reaching over to the side. So you can use a chair for support. You're going to bring one hand up and then tilt over to the side as far as you feel comfortable. Try not to lean forwards. Try and stay upright and tilt sideways. Just going to hold it for a few seconds if you can. And then we're going to do the other side. Same on this side. Up and over. And bring it back. Okay, we're going to stretch our calves for the next one. So what we do with the calf stretch is you keep one foot in front and then you put 1 foot behind. Okay, the front leg you want to keep bent. You want to hold onto the chair, keep the front leg bent, and then the back foot, you want to push your heel down to the floor. If you don't feel like it's much of a stretch, you could just go back slightly more. Everyone's different flexibilities. But you want to make sure that heel's flat on the floor. I'm just going to hold it there. You should feel it in that calf muscle in the back leg. Okay, bring that back leg in and step back with the other leg. That's it. Keep them feet facing forwards. Nice controlled breaths. And step back up. Okay, we're going to bring our hands behind us now. Bring your hands back behind you. You can use the lower part of your back. And then with your elbows and your shoulders, you want to just push them backwards. And you want to feel that stretch along the top of your chest.
Mine's from my elbows around. The other one.
Okay, back into our chairs for the last ones, okay? Remember, when you sit into your chair, feel the chair with the back of your legs, and then sit down into the back of the chair. Good. Okay, so what we're going to do now is stretch the back of the arm. So remember the exercise we did when we did that one? You felt it in the back of the arm. We're going to stretch that muscle now. So we're going to crawl your fingers back behind you. That's it, like you've got an itch between your shoulder blades. So you want to reach for that itch. If you want to use the other hand to push, you can. That's up to you. And slowly bring it back out in front. Okay, let's do the same with the other arm now. Crawl it back. And slowly back in front. Okay, the next one we're going to stretch is the back of the leg, the hamstring. So we're going to hip walk forwards in our chair. You want to come to the last third of your chair. Okay, you're going to straighten one leg in front. So you want your heel on the floor. You want to point your toes towards you. Okay, then you either have both hands on the bent leg, or one hand on the bent leg and one hand on the chair. Up to you. Once you're in that position, you're going to tilt forwards as far as you feel comfortable. You should start to feel that stretch in the back of the leg. Once you've got that stretch, just hold it there. That's it, breathe. And bring that foot back in. Same on the other side now. So straighten the other leg. Toes towards you. Hands in position and tilt. So when you're tilting, you want to tilt from the hips. You don't want to hunch your back over. Okay, so there's a tilt forwards. And back up. Okay, bring your foot back in. Okay, we're just going to shake our hands off a little bit. Okay, and then shake your feet off. And then wiggle your hips. And then bring your hands together. Thank you. The end. Well done, everyone. Any questions for me and Tom? Come and ask us, okay?